Yeah, g'day, this is Corey, and that was my attempt at being a Foley artist. I recorded, edited, did a voiceover for this whole section, and then after doing another video I decided to cut out a lot of the shit, really. So this part here, apart from the first part, it's got just silence, so I'll just yammer about. So basically, this is scrap wood. This was going to be my Jurgen's cup stuff, and I decided to make an end grain top, and well, now that I'm releasing the video, I did an end grain neck as well. So that's me doing the end grains on the neck, fucking cutting out the body, and yeah. I've wanted to do an end grain top for ages. I've seen one on my Les Paul forum in the Luthier's Corner. That's where I got started, this whole thing. And yeah, I just, once the body was glued up, it was, righto, well, let's just go on this. And I had to make changes along the way. You'll see in a second that the headstock broke on the high E tuner. I think it's about here. So I finished that off, sanded it up, glued it back, and then thought, you know what, let's cut some scarves. So I ended up cutting a scarf. I kept both the front and the back to do as headstock veneers, but it just didn't work on the back. So I've routed channels in and put solid wood in where the truss rod normally goes, also where carbon fibre goes. I tried to give this every opportunity for it to work. But yeah, it's definitely unique. When I did the truss rod channel, I went a little bit too deep, so there's a veneer on the back just so you don't see sunlight through the truss rod access hole. And I filled gaps with epoxy. Then I thought, you know what, let's cut it out to the form. And then the form was just taking ages to sand off, so I ended up routing channels and chiseling that off, and then finally got it flat. And I'm really happy with it. So this is about where the normal noise kicks in after gluing this up. As you can see, I trimmed a lot of shit off this to what I normally do, and this is the way going forward, I think. Alright, I'm going to shut up and just let some workshop noise take over for a bit, maybe. Well, maybe not, because I leave everything oversized, because normally the jack hole, the bit wanders a bit and you get a bit ugly scarring sort of thing. So once it finally gets straight, I sand it to the size it needs to be. I did electronics cavity, and I undercut under that so the wires wouldn't touch. This is the solid wood for the carbon fibre, and then the carbon fibre's going in. I did a book match burl fretboard, and it wasn't quite long enough for 22 frets and a 25.5 inch scale, so I ended up epoxying a little bit of, I ended up putting a bit of resin either end and put a little offcut in so I'd get the length. This is putting the headstock back plate on, routed the neck pocket. Decal. It's basically the same shit you see in every other guitar video. And I pre-routed the channels, so I didn't have to drill wires, which is, it's just got to happen, because drilling the wire channels is not fun at all. I actually free-handed routed everything on this except for the neck pocket. And the neck, obviously, but and then, against better advice from my mates at the GBC, I decided to use super glue to seal the end grain on the top. I put little plugs in for the screws to bite into so it's not going into the end grain. And yeah, same old shit. Sanding, leveling, threading, all that shit. Anyway, so the basic premise of this was just to do a guitar as cheap as it could, lying around. Sort of like the Geeks Cup, but it's more, let's try to make the cheapest tele you can make. So at the end of this, I will put up my spendings. I used a 3-way switch, blade switch that I bought probably in 2015, 2016, and I can't find the eBay receipt for it. I used pots and that I had lying around from other projects, but I'll include them anyway just to be transparent. The biggest cost on this guitar was the carbon fibre and the pickups. But yeah, I went with a gloss on the top and matte on the back and the sides, even though it looks like I'm doing gloss there. I ended up just doing matte on the neck, and on the faces I did gloss. And this is probably the neatest wiring I've ever done too, so that's off to me to actually giving it a decent go. Anyway, I'm done talking, so it's just a bunch of bullshit that you see in every other build. Anywho, thanks for checking it out. If you want to be in the tight ass tele challenge, or the Tightwad tele challenge, or the shoddiest tele, the not ultimate tele challenge, it's just going to be a short challenge in between the Jurgen's Cups, and yeah, it's just for a bit of fun. The Jurgen's Cup will be the priority of these build-alongs, build-offs or whatever, but we are going to throw in like little challenges, just keep it fresh and shit. And if you want to join in, all good. Ideally, would like more people doing the Jurgen's Cup. So, big thanks to everyone who's entered the Jurgen's Cup, watched the Jurgen's Cup. It's coming to a close soon, and yeah, hope you enjoyed this new format, because it was really liberating chopping the fat. Even so, I made sure that I zoomed in so you didn't see my fat ass in it too much. Anyway, catch you later.